Meditation developed Meditation developed greater excellence in all walks of life. What I found is that meditation is backed with so much science.
Meditation is miraculous. So meditation is the only method by which we can make individuals responsible. If I can heal myself out of my own mental anxiety and physical illnesses, that is because of the positive vibrations. Meditation, yes, it's very important for our own peace of mind.
I had always terrible back pain. I was told by the doctors that, okay, well, you're going to be like that until you die. I tried the manifestation process, trying to visualize myself completely healed from this pain. So that was a kind of miracle for me.
A lot of things I've learned from Chandra sir, Vani ma'am, their genuine efforts, creating difference with the people, traveling across the globe. So I would always say him, you're doing God's work. And along with Chandra sir, Vani ma'am, Rakesh ji, Koti, and the entire Buddha CEO team, I mean, it's amazing.
Anything, I learned so many things. Because how you all are expressing every day my morning meditation, every day listening to others' masters' experiences, every day together satsangs made me to understand what to talk, what not to talk, what to do, what not to do. And that is a practice that's happening every day.
I completely out of anxiety and depression, completely out. Then slowly I started going back to work again. I experienced every day the way how I used to handle things were way different, much better.
Honestly, I mean, for me, my whole spiritual journey has been Buddha CEO. There's nothing else because the mission is so huge.
We respond, we don't react. That is the difference, not only in the family, even with the team or outside also. The relationship have increased in.
And this platform has created such an amazing life for me. My entire life is today being governed by meditation. Not only mine, my wife Jaishi. Today, if I'm extremely happy, I even smile at my wife today, it's again because of meditation.
Listening to Chandra sir, Vani ma'am, other masters really opened our minds, especially my mind, to all possibilities. And one of that is not to react, but to respond to situations. I used to react sometimes in a negative way, judge, do all of that. But as Chandra sir has spoken many, many times, where your thoughts go, your energy flows. So that's really helped ground me and help me be a little bit more composed as in the last several years. So really, really grateful to that.
When I came into breath mindful meditation in 2021 February, all these thoughts and beliefs were shattered, especially because of the science behind it that we learn. We learn that it is a miracle. When you know the abundance is yours, you can make a great life.
This is the simplest meditation one can learn anywhere. The subject Chandra sir is sharing before meditation session and after meditation session is priceless. We should not take it as granted. I know the value of this subject for sure.
I was able to actually manifest a new role with a promotion and a hike in the mid of COVID times. There were layoffs happening. There were no salary hikes. So the salary hike that I actually happened to get in was double the number that I would have ever got in last 5 or 6 years. So this is something magical, and it happens in such a quick time.
For me, meditation has been that thing that calmed my mind, cleansed me out of those fears of anxiety of the future, right? And also helped me connect to my intuition. We all call meditation is not a technique, meditation is a practice.
Happy morning and very good evening and afternoon, dear friends and masters. Welcome to day 19 session. Yesterday we have learned about limiting beliefs. And today Chandra sir will guide us through the importance of accepting and expressing gratitude generously. Gratitude is not just a feeling. It's basically a powerful vibration that connects us to abundance, joy, and the present moment. It shifts our perspective, heals our hearts, and deepens our connection with ourselves and those around us. Every breath is a gift. every moment is a blessing. So let us open our hearts, receive this beautiful wisdom, and let gratitude become our natural response to life. Chandra sir, please.
That's a powerful, very beautiful quote, Latha Madam. Thank you. Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Great afternoon, evening. Sai was talking there, Sai Kripasagar is a great master. He'll join us to share some of his perspectives. A very successful business leader. He'll be on Saturdays. We have business leaders coming and sharing. Meditation, it's a process that goes on. This course cannot end here. If it ends here, then we come for some benefit. It's okay. Coming for benefit is there. But benefit to transformation. We need to transform the way we are in this world. Only when the transformation happens, we reach the stage 1. Otherwise, it's like everywhere, okay, do meditation, it's going to reduce your stress. Do meditation, reduce your headaches. That's all simple benefits. They come for benefits. But we are attempting to give the science behind it to say, can I shift as a person, me as an energy, not as physical body, physical matter, I'm energy, I'm constantly emitting electromagnetic energy with me, and which is driven by my state of being. My state of being is, how do I find myself every day in the world? What understanding do I have? We had massive traffic jams yesterday in Bangalore, especially in the area that we were in. Buddha Sevas are coming together for a gathering, and some of them took 3 hours to come. Not a single person, after coming into our foundation, did you ever raise a complaint and said, this is horrible. This place is just impossible to manage. It's too difficult life here. They didn't say that the state of being is shifted permanently. That's simply called acceptance. That's called coherence. Going with the life is coherence. Situations may happen, so many things will happen. While I'm creating, so many people around also are creating. Can I find ways to go into acceptance? When I accept situations that are coming to me, I'm not resisting, I'm not pushing that thing away. You are looking for promotion, your colleague is looking for promotion. Now your colleague got it, you didn't get it. What's your state of being? Your colleague got it, you didn't get it. What is the state of being? Your friends in other companies got promotion, your company did not get it. What is the state of being? The state of being is one of rejection, and feel this is not happening. This company, I'm in the wrong place. I shouldn't have been here at all, and feel sad about it. Or if you understand, like Ashaji was saying, that when you recognize the principle of abundance from the quantum field, that your thoughts bring things to you, can you anchor yourself on that point? And can you move into that elevated emotion? Acceptance is to move into an emotion which is not negative. Your spouse is not agreeing, no problem. Can you go into an acceptance mode? Spouse does not agree. It's not necessary. Should we prove points, or should we step back and say, okay, fine, so next time? manifestation, fundamentally, while the fifth point is written there as acceptance and expressing gratitude, is the essence of spirituality summed up there. Spirituality saying, accept what comes. There is the type of spirituality where they're saying, don't have any desires and goals and cut all of them. That's not what we are saying. But we're saying, continue to work for your dreams and goals and passions, but continue to accept what comes your way at this moment. Recognizing that they are the product of what you were in the past. This is written as a manifestation program, but this is fundamental to any spiritual seeker is, can I be in a state of calm, state of joy, no matter what happens to me? You may say, I've got this serious backache going. How can I be in a state of joy? Meditate, don't have to be in state of joy, at least be in neutral. Recognize that yes, I'm going through this backache, because of course it could be a significant reason is all the stress that I ignored myself. I ignored myself, my body. I misused it so significantly in all these years. I never gave time for myself. Instead, I only gave time for money. We're ready to give time for money. We ready to give time for ourselves. Now we start giving now. If you have that understanding that, okay, this has come through potentially stress, then it is simple. Now I've got a process which will eliminate stress that I've already started doing. And so sooner or later it's going to set in. And so I'm going to move into a new state. Now, instead there, you are constantly thinking and feeling bad. On one side, you sit down for 1 hour of meditation and you visualize great health. You're visualizing, feeling about having great body where you're able to run or whatever. You're able to just be along with your team members, do everything that's necessary. But on the other side, during wakeful time, a slight trigger of pain causes you to feel that this is not happening. Then you are not in acceptance of it. Your understanding hasn't come yet. Your understanding of the science hasn't come yet. That your future is going to change if you stay on the futuristic thought. I've got to figure it out of how I can stay in acceptance of the current moment. And so there are three things here in the fifth sutra is surrender, acceptance, and expressing gratitude. So in the context of manifestation, you're working on a big project. You may be influential, and we all have our own ideas. We all want our own ways to be implemented because we all believe we are right. Nothing wrong about it. Everyone feels they are right in whatever the way they're thinking and then acting. Fair enough. So you're putting your ideas in that project, and then you did everything possible to have meetings, and then you set meetings, explain to people. Now, afterwards, it is possible the dynamics of the project change, and then whatever you set in order that everybody is going to implement is changed. You'll get to know. It's changed to something slightly different. What should we do here? Surrender means that you do your best at any given time. You do your best. And then leave the rest to the field to bring about. You do your best at any given time. Because you cannot sit and worry about it. You can't try to manage and do politics here and figure this out until the last minute that your way is gone everywhere. That means you're not believing in the process. Surrender means that we do our best, not without doing our best. We do our best and then let things happen. Give it some time. Response will come. If I'm into this situation today because of various thoughts of the past, that my company people always suppress my ideas, so I have to really hold on to this. But that is a thought that you had for several years. And so then you're continuing to manifest it for a few more days, maybe. And so your immediate near future may still reflect your past. But if you, first of all, if you understand that I've done everything as possible, so what can I do? I can't go and breathe down the neck of every team member and say, hey, is this happening? Are you guys doing it? They get pissed off. You can't go on trying to overpower yourself. You got to let people work. Same thing, you got to let the field work for us. The quantum field response, observation manifest possibility is a fundamental principle there in the beginning of this week that we learned about. Yad bhavam tad bhavati. Mukthabi mani mukto hi baddho, baddhapi manyaha. If you think you are liberated, you are. If you think you're not liberated, you're not. Everything is here, depending on how you see. If you think good is happening to you, then it's all about your mental state. That right things are happening for me. And so then, if you are staying in that state where you're not expressing negative vibration because you're resisting an experience, then it gives you a great opportunity to go into a beautiful, positive thinking about future. Otherwise, you're constantly saddled with a past which is sort of driving you, because every time there is a trigger in your workplace or in your family, in a relationship where somebody says something, immediately goes back to your old self, the old way of thinking and feeling, then you're not accepted. And so then you are going back to the old way of thinking. So you're projecting the same future again. So we got to figure it out. And manifestation is to accept what is happening. First of all, surrender. That means that you do your best and then leave the rest to let the field work about it. It's too infinite. It's too intelligent. We have no clue how this body is working. We have no clue. We think as technologies, we think as education, we got all control. We have to recognize that a small, tiny energy called COVID shook the entire world. No clue. Nobody had clue about it. Yet we think that between sitting in the four walls, I'm in control of everything. And in the process, we stress ourselves more. In the process, we go into negative mode more. Because when you see, and we only can see in a limited view of what can happen, because we always are going through the how of how things happen. For example, let me give an example. One of the persons had a real estate issue for months, for years, it was pending. A real estate issue pending for years. And then he was never expecting that of all the time, COVID, it is possible to be here, resolved. And he was meditating. And he would go through our manifestation sessions and everything. And then things would not happen, whatever he would try. First of all, in meditation, he was going to sleep all the time. He was going into sleep. He would say, sir, I'm sleeping. Every time I sit down, I go to sleep. So that was happening for a few months. Then we already said sleep is a great aspect of meditation. So accept even that. Accept every experience of meditation. And he was feeling that he's missing out in things because he's not participating in it. There may be a preparation for everybody. The right time has to come, right environment has to come so that the deals can happen, right people can come and then be there with you in a way that it satisfies your needs. And so he would have that issue that no, I'm not going into the depth, I'm not able to visualize. So somewhere he crossed that. Somehow he crossed it after a few months, by the way, few months. But then he was, whether he had no choice or whatever, but he was determined. He was determined to continue. And then he was working in COVID also, he was working. And then whatever that he was looking for, they're not happening. Some opportunities would come, then you will speak to them, they would say no. What is our state of being? If for years it didn't happen, what would we say? Oh, look, this is not happening. We're not in a ready state to accept. So only after I understood and said, okay, the right thing is waiting to happen to me, that perhaps is not the right time yet for me with the right people, that he ignored what is coming at him. Instead, he started visualizing, saying that, okay, I waited for this long, let me wait for some more time, why not? And then he tells us about a year and a half later that the deal is resolved. And then he had this real estate issue which is open for 10 years or so. Real estate issues get solved with meditation. What to do? Marriage issues get solved with meditation. In a court case, are there, people resolve them, they come into meditation. Because before meditation, the state is, okay, how the other person really, really suppressed me, how the other person really suffocated me, how the other person overpowered me, they bullied me, they're basically superiority. They thought they're a big family, big caste-based community. And so then the vibration that each are emitting are just nowhere near. They're not at all in sync. They're out of sync. By coming to meditation, you are naturally changing your vibration. And then you understand this process and say, you work for your manifestation, but accept what comes your way. You thought your health is solved almost, but again it recurred. Don't give up and say it didn't work. Accept at that moment. Continue to work. What choices, what are we thinking here? Don't give up and then accept at that moment and say, okay. So it's bound to happen because I'm following science, and so I'm continuing to visualize about a future health where I'm going to be great. Continue to accept and continue to stay. Of course, it will be painful. All this knowledge will help to your friends there. For everything, there is a reason. The cause and effect is there. The cause and effect is there. We all interstate travels, we'll go out, and then when we switch, and then of course, when there are no cameras, we drive fast. We think that we went by, but then some camera captures, and then 3 months later, we get a ticket. Don't say we didn't do it. Of course, we did something, and that's why the ticket came. It's not just random. So things do happen. We got to recognize some are in our purview, some are not in our purview. An entire lifetime, we unconsciously, we made so many intentions. Oh, this person is like this. Things don't work this way. Life is so difficult. It's so serious. Now there is so much of judgment going on about world leaders around the world. Everybody has no job other than to just say why this person should be this way, not that way. Who knows? How can you even live into somebody's lives to give a comment? What understanding do you have? Can an employee view from a CEO's perspective what decision they make? How can they even make it? They don't even have a data. CEO is working at 50,000 foot level, employees working at 5,000 foot level. How can they even make it? It's impossible. Now it's a different thing whether CEO is a Buddha CEO, let me use the word here. CEO is a Buddha CEO, a quantum leader, is working through possibility, working through compassion, empathy, then his decisions would be different. But it is impossible for anyone at the lower level to just simply pass judgments, but we do all the time. And so we did so many judgments in the past. Now all of them are continuing to work here right now. Even though we're manifesting, we're visualizing, dreaming, but things don't seem to be happening the way we want. But if you can accept what comes, dear friends, and there are many, many ways of how acceptance can occur, knowledge liberates. That is a fundamental principle. Fundamental principle is knowledge. Nothing else. You can sit down and then meditate, visualize just for that benefit. You can go on, but if you don't increase your knowledge, then when things don't happen the way you want, it just be like an abyss again and say, oh, I spent 1 year, nothing happened for me. Because then you'll find yourself in a similar challenge. There may be initial some benefits will happen, of course. The benefits will come. The body becomes a little bit coherent. But when you go into this non-acceptance state again, the body again goes into discordant states. The health will deteriorate again. It's going to happen. We want to increase our knowledge, dear friends. That's why in the beginning we said this is a twin path. Patrizi always said it is jnana and dhyana. Dhyana is preparing us to learn, but the jnana is required, knowledge is required. You have to understand in many, many ways that we come to a conclusion that it's okay. When none of the Buddhas was after 2.5 to 3 hours of time in the traffic, did not complain, crib. But we still had a beautiful program because it shifted permanently about the state. And so that's what produces a beautiful signal. And that's what is then helping you to visualize more of your future. Your manifestation works great when you are happy in the moment. That's the fundamental. When you're happy in the moment, then your manifestation is working great. Then you're constantly are aligning towards a future that you wish to have. Gratitude helps to manifest. I mean, gratitude helps to go into a acceptance state, right? This program, nobody can say that you have challenges. Think about it. This program, can anybody say you're not grateful for something? If we are at 6 o'clock India morning or at the end of work in the West, sitting in some nice, comfortable rooms on a Zoom platform with the technology enabled, connected, and then learning how to lead a better life. Where is life for many people? We're leading a better life. There's no life for many people. So we can be grateful for many, many, many things. So just look for, and we know it, this is not a philosophical thing. So gratitude, the moment we recognize that I have something in my life that I'm grateful for, then of course you feel a little bit happy, a little joyful at that moment. Suddenly, even though things are not happening, okay, my pain is still there. But then you have people around you, be happy. There are so many people don't have anybody around them. They're struggling. Do you know that? Struggling. There's no children around them. You have at least children around you. You have meditation with you. There's so many people don't have that. Somebody can call them. There's so many people don't have it. And it goes on, dear friends. I was driving yesterday. And then last night, I think, there is a police station. There is a woman waiting there. I'm sure it must be one of a domestic violence. So we look at our life from this perspective. Then, of course, we'll be grateful for many, many things. Many things we'll be grateful for. Not one and two. Let's go into meditation, dear friends. Relax yourself. Kiran, can you play about 35 minutes of track without heart elevation? Okay, sir. So we are practicing breath meditation, dear friends. We know the process, the technique, observing the breath with the eyes closed. Our goal is to empty ourselves. Yes, Kiran, I think you have to share.
Yes, sir. One second.
Yes. I'll tell you what, I think I'll do it. Okay. Relax yourself, dear friends. Sit comfortably. Okay, stop sharing. We're going into breath meditation. Can I have you stop sharing? Okay. For some reason, I can't share sound, so please go ahead. It's not helping me to select sound. I think you gotta do it. Maybe it's meant to be that way. Kiran, you go ahead and share. It's I'm not able to share sound for some reason. It's weird. It's disabled for me.
Yes, sir. I will play it in time.
Close your eyes, dear friends. Observe your breath. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation. With your fingers into fingers. Hands comfortably rested in your lap with your eyes closed. observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. Our goal is to empty the mind and merge into that greater quantum field of energy. When we observe our breath, the mind becomes empty. yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to become totally empty of all thoughts in your mind. And you observe your breath, the mind becomes empty. As your mind is becoming empty, we channelize all that energy into the Chandra's present moment. We allow our body to function at its natural best. We gain greater clarity. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to experience that emptiness inside of you, all around you. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to become totally empty of all thought. Slowly and slowly can you become aware of that emptiness where there's no body, where there's no thing. allow yourself to experience this emptiness. That infinite depth of that emptiness spreading far and wide. All emptiness is energy. This is the unlimited field of quantum energy with limitless possibilities. The longer you stay connected, the more you become of it, and the more you receive from it. It is natural to have thought. If you recognize your thinking, go back to observing your breath, dear friends. Everything that you ever experienced or will experience is here in this field of energy. The longer you stay aware of this emptiness as no body, the more possibilities you draw into your life. Allow yourself to merge into the emptiness of yourself. That greater intelligence your higher mind everything and everybody are connected in this field of energy. the longer you stay aware of this emptiness, the more you lose yourself to this nothingness. The more we experience everything. Friends, it's truly an honor and privilege to be experiencing this live at this time of history. Many are not so blessed. Can you express gratitude to all things and everybody? Your gratitude to your parents, to your teachers, your mentors, to your family, your friends, your colleagues, your relatives, your partners, everybody. Be grateful to this grand nature, the bird, the fish and the animals, to everything you use, the technology, the company, the system, the governments. Gratitude to yourself and to this intelligent quantum field for allowing us to experience so much more in this life. Gratitude is an high state of receivership. Relax your body.
I am beautiful. I am powerful. I've let go of my past and celebrate.
Feel your body and let your autonomous nervous system
I am powerful.
repair your body.
And I celebrate who I am. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I've let go of my past and celebrate who I've become. I am beautiful. I am powerful. And I celebrate who I am. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I've let go of my past and celebrate who I've become. I am beautiful. I am powerful. And I celebrate.
Recollect your experiences from the session. How did you feel? What did you see? And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes. Okay, friends. Hope you enjoy the session. We'll conclude the manifestation science tomorrow. We have Sai, Dr. Sai here to share his wisdom. Yes, madam, can you introduce?
Okay. It's a nice, wonderful, wonderful meditation Saturday. Anyway, let me introduce Dr. Sai Kripasagar. He's a former vice president at Cognizant and current CEO and co-founder of Quantum Coherence Technologies. Also a former managing trustee of Pyramid Valley International. In his long and illustrious corporate career, he has been a digital transformation consultant advising CIOs, IT leaders for IT transformation, and business innovation. Having gone through an extraordinary transformation in his personal and professional life due to daily meditation practice, Mr. Sagar has undertaken the task of spreading the message of meditation in various ways. Dr. Sai is a steering council member of Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation. The Buddha CEO mobile app that Foundation is able to offer to all participants is a direct gift from his company, Quantum Coherence Technologies. And I'm heartfully welcoming Dr. Sai Kripasagar. Sir, please, over to you, sir.
Morning. Good morning. Namaste to everyone.
I would like to say a few words. there are few individuals who walked with Patrisa. Patrisi is a rare master that we come across. And so few individuals walked with him, and Sai is one of them. 20 plus years with him, very closely working. And ever since, it is very clear, purpose of life is clear, that in a moment he came into meditation and he said, this has to go. And so years and years of service that he's continuing to do. I mean, the introduction is just a few things that he's responsible for, but he's responsible in so many projects that Patrisi created that is driving them. The Music Meditation Academy, PMC Kannada channel, a lot of literature work. And then in our context here, Buddhasiya Quantum Foundation is deeply grateful because now this whole app and our vision to take meditation to the corporates, every leader, because if leaders transform, then through their CSR initiatives, through their all the resources they have, the hope is that it will trickle down to the society to the last mile much sooner. And so, quantum coherence that he's driving as a company to build these meditation apps, one for corporate, another for Buddha CO, another for PSSM, is a result of his effort, significant effort of the small team, the beautiful work. So Buddha CO is ever grateful to this, and personally is my close friend. We started as friends in Seattle, US. A lot of, we all need some good friends, masters whom we can interact with. Our journey happens beautifully when we interact and then exchange. You read a book, then you talk about it, and somebody then talks about something else, their understanding, their views. We used to have so many satsangs in 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7. In the weekend means we used to meet at somebody's home and then go into doing these discussions about books and this and that. So that's how we grow. We must find friends like Sai. So that's how it is for us. Thank you, Sai, for choosing to be here again. Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you, Chandra. Good morning, namaste to everyone, or good evening to people joining from outside the IST. So thank you, Lata ma'am, for the introduction. And first of all, many thanks to Chandra for introducing me and our family to meditation. And yeah, more importantly, thanks to his brother, GK sir. That's the reason all of us got into this Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement, got introduced to Patri sir. And it was Chandra who got me involved in several projects of Pyramid Valley at that time, around 2003, 2004, when it was getting started. He was involved, and then we were just tagging along with him. And slowly all the good karma, good effect rubbed on us as well. And we started getting involved in projects like the website for PSS Movement, website for Pyramid Valley, marketing, and getting masters into Pyramid Valley and all that. So again, deep gratitude. Thanks to everything and everyone who helped each one of us in this journey. But then meditation, I'm here to talk more about the my journey, my experience walking this path of meditation plus wisdom plus seva. Right? So meditation, obviously, for me personally, meditation did one thing. That one thing was calming the demon in the mind, calming the noise in the mind. Right? All of us come from professional backgrounds, having degrees in science and engineering. We're all born with an analytical mind. I was no different. I was analyzing everything and I was viewing things logically from the whatever we've learned in school, we learned in college, we learned from family. Right? Coming from a middle class family, there are a lot of do's and don'ts. And this is how you should be, this is how you shouldn't be, right? So that's how I grew up without understanding the power of the magic one can attract and one can create. My initial initial benefit, initial see, or what do you say? Initial experience of the wonder of meditation was in all those meetings that I used to attend as a young software professional. When you get into those meetings, your mind keeps saying, this is what you should talk, this is how you should behave. If you didn't mention some point and somebody will ask a question, what will other people think? What will other people think about what you're working? So you have to communicate, right? So all these chatter used to happen in my mind. And then slowly I felt that subsided. And then my meetings were a lot more spontaneous. I didn't have to, though I need to prepare what are the points I need to talk, I didn't have to verbally rehearse everything in my mind. So that lightness that you feel when you get into the meeting gave space to more ideas that I could bring. And then the second point was courage. Earlier, I used to bring in some points. I never used to ask questions in the meetings. I just used to do my part. And then if somebody asked a question, I used to think, oh my God, maybe I didn't communicate right. Maybe I didn't do it right. Maybe I didn't tell right. What will other people think of me? But then over time, when the space in the mind started creating because of the silence of those questions and chatter, I started getting courage to put forth my points, put forth my questions. And most of the time, some ideas that I used to think, oh, it is stupid. I don't even talk about it. It is not right. So those ideas were the one that used to get accepted by the boss and by other people. And they said, yeah, it's a good idea. So let's go ahead and do it. Either we get assigned to me or someone to implement the project. A lot of improvements. And then that courage to put forth those improvements, and I used to lead a lot of teams, groups, technology groups, and Cognizant. So my growth also, initially I was leading one team called the Microsoft Center of Excellence. Then slowly I started leading many more teams because of the visibility that I got, because of the projects and ideas that I implemented, the successful. And I was kind of the go-to person for any serious client presentations, right? And then that was the visibility and the courage and the communication abilities was instrumental for me to progress so quickly in that company that was also progressing very fast. It was Cognizant at that time. So there were many instances. I kind of recounted those in my earlier experiences where presentations, you go in preparing one topic to a client presentation, and then suddenly the client says, this is not the topic you want to discuss. The topic is one such incident where I just went to the whiteboard and started speaking about it. There was a topic that was not that I was not accustomed to, more about security on the cloud. And though I was not accustomed to, I was able to talk something which in effect proved very useful for the client, though I was not completely aware of what was happening in that presentation, right? I mean, later you come to know that was a flow state wherein you connect your intelligence and start speaking, right? So again, preparedness is important. It's not that I didn't know the topic and something happened to me, but I knew it, but probably I didn't have the courage to explain that as an expert. But at the end of it, what turned out, according to the account manager, was the client came and told him that, how come you didn't bring such experts in the last 3 to 6 months I've been asking. So today we are happy to hear all those points of view. And then subsequently, we got a project from the client as well. So again, what did happen? Again, there were similar instances of several presentations like that, wherein you get in and then get into that state of no mind, and then you connect to your intelligence. I'm sure a lot of you must have been seeing such instances as well. So meetings happened, travel happened. So a lot of, as my corporate career progressed, a lot more responsibilities. I set up the first cloud business at Cognizant. Again, very new business. At the same time, working with the client, working with the managers. So it was, meditation gave me that courage, gave me that confidence to kind of go ahead and do new things, which is very important. I mean, all of us know doing new things, new initiatives, taking it with courage and not saying, oh, I don't need it, I don't want it, I can't do it. So meditation cleared all those cobwebs in the mind and allowed me to focus on what I need to do. And in a lot of instances where things also kind of, what to say, conspire to help me, right? Several instances where things conspire to help me in terms of, again, there, as I said, right, once you are in the state of mind, you attract things a lot. You attract things aligned to your purpose, aligned to your views. So this, as we continue doing the practice of meditation, first thing I felt is calming. I'm sure a lot of you would have felt. And then in terms of healing also, prior to that, I used to get cold every month or every other month. And then over time, either because of reduced worrying or reduced things. So I never used to get that kind of that frequency of cold. In fact, when I started off my career, every month. And then later it slowly died down, and then very less frequency was the cold. It used to come, it naturally die down, so I didn't have to do much about it. So again, that worry about cold, having cold, you don't even notice that you didn't have the cold last month, right? So suddenly you get to notice that. So health-wise, automatically healing happens. That's what we all, I'm sure, in the initial weeks of Yogam, you have learned all that, right? And the other thing is greater awareness through wisdom. For me, much of my wisdom, much of the insights came through books. And I read a lot of books, as you can see behind me. A lot of those books were accumulated in the last 4 or 5 years. So I used to be, initially Patriji used to give us a bunch of books for us to read. So I read through all those books thanks to my travel. I used to read a lot during my travel, in flights, in airports, in the car. So a lot of wisdom out there, a lot of new perspectives about life, new perspectives about what intelligence does, what your innate intelligence does. So again, for me, again, all answers, every time I used to have an issue at work, at home, either with my boss or something not working fine, something I feel bad about, right? So invariably I get pointed to a book, and then I open it, I read it, I get an answer. Could be through one of the emails that I subscribe to some of the sites, or it could be through a book I read, and from there I go on to another book, right? So much of the wisdom, even Patriji always used to refer books. And so most of the questions, when I go to him with some questions, he immediately says, even before I ask the question, he'll be reading some book, and then he says, I read that book from this page to that page, from page 20 to page 30. And I will say, I will read the book later. No, read it now. And then when you read the book, invariably you get an answer to the question that I came to ask him. So most of my wisdom, most of my insights came from books. And again, meditation helped me to be aware of, okay, there is an answer to my question. Otherwise, what used to happen was, okay, so yeah, the book told me something, but it doesn't apply to me, right? So that awareness level increased, and that allowed me to get answers, accept the answers that the books used to give. And finally, seva, service, all these elements are also there in all the Buddhasiya programs. Service is where this wisdom and intelligence of mind meet, right? Otherwise, it's just theory. Okay, so we keep practicing, reading tons of books. How do I practice it, right? And service doesn't need to be always at an ashram or at a non-profit organization. That's what I realized. So service is as simple as helping members in your team get over their problems in the right way, as good as being considerate and compassionate to people around you, right? Your parents, your family. So that's a form of service, how you teach them. And then most of those teaching can also happen verbally, non-verbally. It doesn't need to be that's what most of my retreats I say. It's not about now you got wisdom at the end of a workshop or a retreat. It's not about going and giving that gyan to people at home. Oh, dad, don't worry about it. This is your soul's plan and things like that. But it's more about being an example and other people asking what happened, right? How did you transform? So that is when all this gyan, meditation, and wisdom keep coming in, right? So service is that practice, is a laboratory for us to see how evolved, how transformed are we are compared to others. And then my my tenure with Pyramid Valley, first as a trustee for a long time, and then for managing trustee for 3 to 4 years since around the COVID time. And that is when I took a break and wanted to spend full time in the growth and development of Pyramid Valley. And fortunately, unfortunately, COVID happened during that time. So a lot of things we wanted to do had to be changed, and we had to be flexible to do something else. But then in service, you meet a lot of people, you meet tons of people at different levels of awareness, different levels of intelligence, right? Different levels of consciousness. And the way you, there are cases where you feel bad. There are instances where you feel, oh my God, why is this guy like this? Why are things happening like this, right? But again, the meditation and wisdom we gain applies in there. Of course, you keep asking your friends, asking gurus, right, in terms of why is this, how is this, and then most of the time you learn from the situations, and again magic happens. So one thing I learned from my service and the wisdom and meditation practice is not to worry about anything. There is no need for us to worry about anything, either personally or otherwise. As long as you're open, as you are open to receiving guidance, as long as you're confident, right, things will continue to happen. You continue to observe. It is not that, oh, I wanted to do this, I couldn't do that, and sulking and then not doing anything, right? So things will happen, and then it again, it all depends on the level of awareness each one of us have, right? A couple of examples. Um, a few months ago, I had a shoulder pain, right? For some reason, I was not able to lift my hand fully like this. I mean, though maybe it was a sprain, it was some this thing because of my exercises and all that. I go to a physiotherapist, or I think orthopedic, and then he says it's a tendon tear and you have to do physiotherapy. I used to go to a physiotherapy place closer to my house. Within like 2 or 3 sessions, the person who was doing the physiotherapy very well, she said, oh, I've got another job. I need to move out. There'll be someone else who'll taking care of you the next few sessions. Then I said, okay. But unfortunately, the next few sessions, the person who did it was not great. And then my sessions became very irregular. And then again, after a few months, through the recommendation of someone, I happened to consult another physiotherapist at another bigger hospital. Again, very special physiotherapy and all that. I went there for 2, 3 classes. And then for the fourth class or something, I called to fix an appointment. And that person said, sir, I have left the company. I have left that hospital. I'm going to do something on my own. So I'll not be available to me. Available to do this thing. There'll be someone else you can contact him, right? So 2 places, 2 experts who I was happy with, they quit within a few days of my going there, right? Good for them or good for me. But then that was a big signal for me, hey, you don't need it. Maybe I don't need it, right? And then I left it completely. So that awareness at that point of time, because of the higher level, so I was okay with it, and then I left it. And then naturally within a few months, I don't feel the pain, right? So things like that happen. Why honestly waste time in those things? So the magic happens, and things happen for the better. But that level of awareness need to be there. If I were my pre-meditation self, I would have said, no, why is this happening? I'd have persisted going to another physiotherapist or whatever, right? So things like that happen. And then very recently, and again, it's what meditation it's what meditation helps you, right? Gives you that flexibility of thinking, gives you that openness to infinite possibilities, like Chandra keeps saying. Right? Very recently, we were working on the admission of my uh, daughter, my elder daughter, who's getting into college. She's finished at 12th standard. Fortunately, she got a wonderful percentage of 96%, which we never expected. We said thank you. And then we were trying for college, and then we were pretty open throughout the whole process. And after a few shifts of streams, she usually wanted to do design, and then she wanted to do psychology. So we got admission to a couple of colleges, which were a bit far off in Bangalore, right? I mean, so even a distance of 10 kilometers takes an hour and a half to go. So we had almost finalized the admissions in a couple of distant colleges, and we zeroed in on one college needs hostel. Then we said hostel is not needed. She was not okay with the hostel. So we zeroed in on another college in Whitefield, which would easily take 1 hour, 1.5 hours from our house. And then we were all okay with it. And then we said, that's it. And then we were happy with it. And then suddenly one day I happened to go to the school bus stop to kind of have my younger daughter board the bus. There I meet one of the neighbors. We were just getting into a conversation. And he said, oh, did you not try this particular college, which is a bit closer in Koramangala? And did you not try? There's one other neighbor who works there. So immediately that college is not very well known. Right, and that university is Bangalore City University, which I didn't think was very well known. But then I went and researched. I spoke to the other neighbor, and then I researched pretty much all the colleges in Bangalore are affiliated to that particular university. It's not a private university, so it's Bangalore City University. So then I said it should be good. And then the courses, we start looking at it. Instead of one psychology, there were two other majors: psychology, journalism, and computer science. We were thinking, I don't know whether it is good or bad. And then we discussed with my daughter and my family. And then we said, it's fine, we'll go ahead with it. Now we've enrolled in that course. And the magic thing is it's not too far. She can probably get there in like 20 or 30 minutes. And then the good thing is she has an option to pursue what she wants later in her PG, right? She is going to do 3 majors. And depending on her interest level, in fact, some of the faculty said people who joined the course did computer science or something else in their PG, so in their masters. So the choice is there, the distance is less, and we're all happy with especially my daughter is also happy with the choice we made, right? Contrary pre-meditation, I would have had, I mean, in fact, I did have that thinking a little bit, right? Oh, it's not very well known, right? Because it's not very well known as some of the popular colleges. In fact, we tried getting through another popular college, the harder route, but fortunately it didn't work out as well. So the thinking about, no, this is the course I need to go to, this is the college I need to go to. Yes, there are cases where you want to go there, but for us, it was not the case. We were pretty open. And then thankfully, this happened, and I'm sure this will turn out well. Right. So the point here I'm trying to make is what meditation and wisdom and given us is that greater awareness to be open to possibilities, open choices, right? And automatically, when you are open, the universe also starts helping each one of us. So that's been my experience. Those couple of new experiences I want to share. I know a lot of you have heard some of my other experiences, but one thing is for me, meditation, this whole journey, thanks to Chandra and all the masters. So this whole journey has been so magical, and the essence of it is not to worry. In fact, I was thinking about it. My first spiritual book or New Age spiritual book that started my journey in 2000 was The Power of Now. Now is about being in the present moment, though it took us several years to be practicing that being the present moment. And to me, now translates to no worry. Right? Absolutely, you don't need to worry about anything. Things continue to happen. Things continue to happen what you want. Right? Your inner desires, your inner this thing automatically get manifested. And then obviously that level of consciousness, level of awareness continues to increase and improve. So which is what meditation helps. In fact, as part of the app work that we are doing, we want to go to corporate with some kind of a measure. Right? I'm thinking about whether it is mindful intelligence or mindfulness intelligence, just like emotional intelligence, or I could even name it as another AI awareness intelligence, though it'd be a bit confusing, right? So we're working on those kind of measures to see how if corporates can measure the performance, measure this metric and correlate with performance. So yeah, meditation is many things to each one of us, and for me, it's about that. It's about being in the present moment without having to worry anything. And we know the wisdom, the seva, and our calming the mind helps us be in the present moment. So with that, thanks everyone for listening, and thank you, Chandra, thank you, Atha ma'am, thank you, the Buddha CEO team, for giving me the opportunity. Appreciate it. And I see Karthikeyan sir. Thank you. Namaste, sir. You've been one of our great inspirations as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Sai. What a brilliant sharing.
Thank you, sir.
I wrote some time back, meditation is miraculous. Now you have explained meditation is magical. Great sharing. And Chandra and yourself together, you have made really miraculous achievements.
Thank you, sir.
But Goenka ji brought it from Vipassana back from Burma. Very few are interested. Patriji went for Vipassana meditation. I spent all the 10 days, but in only one day, first day, he said, I couldn't stay more than a day. How did you spend 10 days? Because for the man, he was already an enlightened master. For him, one day was good enough. And he simplified it, perfected it, brought in pyramid also. Anapanasati meditation has become a universal mantra today. Thanks to him, PSSM, Buddha CEO, Quantum Foundation, Chandra, yourself, and a band of totally dedicated enlightened masters. I do follow sometimes in the morning, but quietly. But today, I was tempted because they asked me to unmute. I said, let me share it. Wonderful. What else anything can't be explained better than what you have done today. Your own personal experience and your contribution, your research, making this technology more accessible to everyone, particularly to the corporates. My Bhaktiji's purpose, Dhyana Jagat, is start with individuals actually. Yes, certainly you should take it to corporates and for healing and all these things, fine. But it has to be done at a multi-pronged effort. And I'm happy that it's expanding the last 3-4 years. I'm seeing the way we are able to extend it, reaching all levels. We want ultimately everybody to go the rulers, the people in government, the politicians, members of parliament, everybody to realize and follow this, because then we will have a wonderful, what they call Ram Rajya, a perfect society where there is justice for everyone, where there is, this multiplying addictions, crime, violence, corruption, all that can be controlled, not just by laws alone, courts alone, police, no, only by transforming the individuals within. I am Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, all that. It's possible only when each one of us are able to realize the simplest technology. We respect all systems. We have seen in the global conference on meditation, we have seen we respect all systems, no doubt. But the basic thing is meditation, dhyana. Go with it. Then, it's believed in all systems. God created man in his own image. And once we go to that level, we know what is right. Right to us, right to others, right to the environment, right to the global. That's the only way we can create a world without war, without violence, without addictions. Yeah, an ideal society can be created by that. Only we can do that. I'm sure what we have started now is going to spread enormously. And every day I've been listening to the sharing of wonderful people. What experiences, my God. This is, even though we are convinced about it, but we are more and more, inspired to reconfirm that we are on the right path. We are devoting our energy, time, and resources towards creating a better world, starting with individuals, families, organizations, corporates. So my compliments to you, Sai, and your wonderful family. And thank you, Chandra. Please proceed. I don't want to dominate. Please carry on. Thank you, Lata.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for there is somebody who is beacon of service to be of use in any way possible and as many ways possible. That's you, and then we take that inspiration from you always. And your undivided attention and support to meditation is really, really helping it to go to places. As you know, with your guidance now, our target is graduating youth, the leaders of future, so all graduating youth, and then the current leaders. So this has been our target. And this app that is going in, so many youth. So they have the meditation, they have the wisdom. And so then this is our vision that it goes to colleges everywhere. So there's no question of I don't have a guide, I don't have a teacher. One of the big reasons why meditation is not adopted is because there's not a lack of proper guidance. And so that guidance we hope will come through this technology as much as possible, helps to connect the teachers pretty quickly. And so one side is going to the students, another side is going to into the leadership. So this is our attempt. That's where the quantum coherence is working. So thank you so much for joining and giving this your views on this.
Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Wonderful.
Okay. Okay, dear friends. So we will conclude here. I think the gist of Sai is that things will happen. The last step is perfectly talked about. No worries. Everything will happen. Meditation will move you into an acceptance. That's what he's saying. Is choices, any choices, are the right choices happening to you, you'll go into that state. You'll go into that state, the right choice is happening for you at any given moment. So he briefly touched upon Power of Now. That's a very important book to read, to be in the moment. No worries, of course, is what he said. No worries means you are in acceptance of situation. So the entire spirituality is summed up in it. So thank you, Sai. We will have to talk about the quantum coherence app and some of the things that you are bringing, and then how it can help. If there are leaders here, if there are principals, if there are professors, if there are any of those who are in the academic community or in the corporate side, it doesn't matter anywhere, because the app, as you understand, is providing a group level. You can check at a group level how your team is progressing. Are they able to get into it? Do they need help? Right? One is individuals, they have a lot of self-managing capability, then they will do it. Like here in a public program we are doing. If I'm good, I'm driving myself, then it is good. But with an app that you're providing, which is then giving a awareness of awareness. So somebody is also able to help and say, okay, so here the student is not able to go through, is falling back, is not meditating, and then let's go and then help and see what's going on. So it's also helping that way to track. So which you feel is going to be a great way that any community and any group can sort of nicely move together quickly and then grow together quickly. So we need to talk about this in another session of some of the key things of how an app can help. How an app can help. If technology through which Buddha Shiva is able to take this meditation everywhere, and it is through technology that truly we have directly reached to hundreds of thousands of people now in the last 5 years, then it is the same technology can help even those who are not here to automatically take it too. And so then this is the attempt. So thank you for everything you're doing.
So we'll cover the app in one of the sessions. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay, friends. Yes, Lata madam, is quite late. Saturday masterclass announcements, or
Yes, sir. Thank you, Sai, sir. It's so wonderful hearing your experience. And whenever I hear some of yours and Chandra sar's, Vani ma'am's experiences, I relate to myself and I see how I can incorporate into me some of the experiences. Those are really wonderful. Thank you so much, sir. No worries. That is a big word. It's a small word, but it does have a big meaning in it. Yes, that's the whole thing. And friends, we have masterclass tomorrow morning. IST evening, 5:30 p.m. Please join for the masterclass. And thank you so much for joining today's session. And
that's
Chandra
Saturday
sir,
evening India time.
yes,
Today is
IST.
Saturday, so Saturday evening India time we have Saturday masterclass. What is it about? Who is coming?
Actually, I didn't see the details. I didn't have the details who is coming tomorrow for the masterclass, sir.
Okay, right. Okay, friends. So we'll send in your groups.
Yes, facilitators might be sharing in the groups, so
Okay.
that will give the option to them to see what time and who will be coming for the masterclass, sir.
So thank you all. If anybody has a question, add 2 to Sai. He'll be there for another 5 minutes, closing at 8 o'clock. Anyone would like to ask a question to him?
Thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 'Cause I'm so grateful. So grateful. Oh, grateful. I'm so grateful. So
Okay.
All right, so thank you, everyone. Thanks, Chandra and Budasio team, for the opportunity. Appreciate it. We will continue the journey of meditation, wisdom, and seva.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And we'll meet you again tomorrow, same time. Thank you.
One second. There's always conflicts between our conscious and subconscious. So I would like to take that.
There's always conflict between our conscious and subconscious. Yeah, like we've heard the science of meditation, right? Automatically, the subconscious is always programmed. When I say subconscious, is that programmed mind. So definitely something that happens in the moment, something that we know we should do, insights or intuitions, conflicts with our programmed beliefs, programmed attitudes, programmed learnings. So that is where, for me personally, meditation helps silence all that noise. Whether, like I said in a couple of examples, if I was listening to my subconscious programmed mind, I would have gone a different way. Right? But thankfully, we are at a level of awareness where we know this what is feels good, and you proceed that way. It's all about the feeling, like they say, right? The quantum field, the feeling will tell you which is right and which is wrong. And to get listen to the right feeling, again, our awareness needs to rise beyond all the noise in our head. So that is my answer. Chandra, anything?
That's great. I think the more meditation you do, more of these will go away. The coherence between conscious mind, which is thinking one way, and then subconscious feeling differently. Conscious is thinking positively, wants to do. Subconscious operates with the limiting belief, feels differently. So the gap will bridge when you meditate more and more and more, and you identify where is your subconscious thinking, and then you start shifting that slowly over a period of time. Just have to patiently continue, that's all. Continue this patiently and everything will come. Okay, what exactly coherence means, I'll talk about this tomorrow. All right, friends. Sagar, actually, you are the coherence project. So can you give coherence what it means? Maybe this question is waiting for you.
Coherence is basically harmony, alignment, right? We talk about coherence at multiple levels. So one is your body, mind, and spirit, or body, mind, soul need to be coherent. Or I talk about physiological coherence, which is your body is coherent and in alignment with its own intelligence. When it's not aligned with its own intelligence, then you get all kinds of sickness. And then there is heart-brain coherence. It's not just about the body, right? So heart-brain coherence is another element of a healthy body. And then in alignment with your purpose, in alignment with your innate intelligence, that's another level of coherence. And when we are coherent in body, mind, and soul, automatically things start happen. I mean, we are coherent with that unified field, one mind, or the universal mind, right? So then they also start aligning and making things happen for you. So that usually is and the way you get into coherences is through stillness, is through emptiness of mind. That's when you are in alignment with your own intelligence. So that's my view of coherence.
So it's it's essentially saying go in. That's the science experience is that go in acceptance of things. Then you're automatically in alignment. You're not resisting an experience happening. A group of people are there. An orchestra is beautiful when they're all coherently working. You get the picture. A cricket team works great when they're together working, not just for individuals, right? A team in a meeting is coherent when they are not cutting each other, trying to prove points. Instead, they are looking at points and saying, okay, so they made it, so let's look at what else is there maybe. But then supporting each other, not cutting each other. So that's coherence. So that means each supports the other. Maybe they disagree, doesn't matter. Agree, disagree, doesn't matter. But then you are not carrying, that one-upmanship, that ill feelings, this and that. Instead, you are working for common purpose there. Okay, that's same with the orchestra, same with the cricket team. So when you are in alignment like that, then it is coherence. When you walk into nature, you're going, and then the nature is serene, calm, beautiful. So you are coherent when you are there with it. You naturally merge with it. You know this. We forget all our worries, and then we become one with the nature. You say, wow, this is so beautiful, right? So that's being in tune with nature is coherence. Now, scientifically, it's not proven, but there is this Schumann frequency of Earth. There's something called Schumann frequency, which is about 8 hertz. Earth has a frequency. It's called heartbeat. Spiritually speaking, we talk about this. Earth has a heartbeat. That means it is coolly there. And of course, Earth is coolly there. Nature is coolly there. Now, alpha state is 8 hertz. Alpha state, when somebody goes down to alpha and meditated, it's also 8 hertz, right? And so meditation is taking you to the heartbeat, the same level as the heartbeat of the earth. Think of that way. And so then you're becoming in coherence with situations around. If you are in coherence with the earth heartbeat, means you are in coherence with situations around, people around, and you're able to go into acceptance, not resist things in life. That's all we're saying coherence means. Okay. Technical terms are there, as Sai is saying, brain coherence, heart and brain coherence, and body-mind coherence. There are all various technical terms are there, which are bridging for those areas to be working better. For example, brain coherence, according to Joe Dispenza, if all parts of the brain work together like an orchestra, then brain functions great. You have great visualization, right? You want to visualize, but you do not, let's say, have a good three-dimensional imagination capability. So then you can't visualize very well, because visualization is about future experience in 3D. And so your brain has to work. All parts have to fire together, work together, so that you can actually then have best experience possible. It's called brain coherence. Again, meditation is known to bring all parts of the brain to come to coherence, so they work together in the best way. That's neuroscience behavior they've noticed. When people meditate, brain goes into coherence, means they don't fire differently. They all come together in unison and work. Just like an orchestra is the best example, they come together and work. Okay. So brain coherence, great for the body automatically. Now, mind-body coherence is where we're talking about mind means experiences. And then the experiences have to be in line with how you feel. How you feel. If you didn't get promotion, can you take this normally or you feel sad about it? So if you got a promotion, do you feel one-upmanship? Either way, you are not coherent. So having acceptance of situations that are going through is called mind-body coherence, where we are, whatever is happening to me, I'm able to take it without worries or without the thing that is it right for me, not right for me. That's coherence, right? Being in harmony with the whole, believing that the whole is got more intelligence, power, and so it's doing the right thing for me, right? Is that way. It's always that way. Okay. Okay, friends. So thank you all. So thank you, Sai. Okay.
Great. Thank you.
Want to say thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for